This interview is with Sean Pitcam, who's one of my best mates. Sean's been filming shows since 2014, but it took until 2017 for us to finally work together at the Cold Hard Truth 10-year anniversary show in London at the Boston Music Rooms in September of 2017. He's arguably best known for the PCF mosh montages, his most popular one sitting at 267,000 views on YouTube. Since we started working together, we filmed most of the UK's hardcore festivals together, as well as various one-off shows all across the UK. As well as filming shows, Sean also helps run Guillotine Records with Carly Tyrell, releasing hardcore and beatdown bands as well as some of a very large distro. This interview was filmed the day before Outbreak Fest 2019 in our hotel room, to find out a bit more about Sean's history and how he got into hardcore.
So All Out War, it was at the Underworld, and I went there because I was at a show the previous day and a friend was there. We were listening to like my old band, an old band from Elliot Dixon. I forgot what it's called. Sincerities. And we were listening to that and we went to the show, and then afterwards he was like, why don't you come to All Out War tomorrow, because you like to Malevolence of Download and all that. And I was like, okay, sure. So I went to the Underworld and saw All Out War and it was fucking mad. But obviously I was there with my stupid GoPro on my head, getting slapped around. But that was my first proper hardcore show. I've heard about it all my life. I grew up with metal, stuff like Lamb of God and Devil Driver. And I was the standard long-haired grebo that would hate on hardcore because of the dancing. And then like later on in my life I was like, oh, I want to do something, so I just wanted to film moshing for some reason, or just metal in general at shows and stuff like that. So I went to Download and I saw Malevolence, and that kind of kicked it off. I kind of saw everyone dancing to that, and that's what led me to the All Out War show, and that's how I pretty much got into hardcore. Outbreak 2018 Jesus Piece. That was insane. One in my mind was it wasn't a set, but just going to southeast Germany and Zwickau and going to Club Battle Zone and seeing the Germans go at it was just totally different to the UK. Like it was a literal UFC fight arena and people getting knocked out and breaking bones. Jacob, I met him out there, he was from Zwickau. He broke his arm at the show, like broke it. Went off to the hospital, 3 hours later came back with a cast and started moshing again. And this guy's a gymnast, he's flipping, he's doing overhead flips on a cast, man. He's, what? Drowning Hate, Padger, Dirty Sanchez, Legion to Kill, Morbid Devourment, Clench Your Fists, Abolisher, Chamber of Malice, Ex-Vicious X, No Second Chance, and Brawl Between Enemies. That was the second one. The first one, it's on here, but I can't find it. But that's the second time was kind of the best time, because that was when I saw, I don't know, it was just mad. Ex-Vicious X turned up with just Dylan, and Davey went off to play his other band at some other show. And it was just Dylan filling out all the parts, and suddenly some bald guy picks up some guy and throws him on the stage, takes out the bassist and 3 other people, and they just start scrapping each other, and I'm just like, what's going on? And then some fucking guy off the street, or some Nazi, threw pepper spray into the building. The whole building got pepper sprayed. We're all choking to death. We all run out. There's girls on the floor crying. Fucking Ex-Vicious X Yannick jumps off the drum kit, gets a baseball bat, so it starts running down the road. Or something. It's fucking crazy shit. So look how sick. I mean, there was this show at Boston Music Rooms with Turnstile, and I filmed it with a GoPro and a stick. It was insane.
Across the music rooms?
Yeah.
Not one of the tea chances?
No, there was one after. I went up there on my own. It was, and the singer, he did this crazy flip. There was a speaker on the left side of the stage, and he matrixed it. He ran up the speaker vertically, and then flipped off it to a backflip into a stage dive. And the bassist, what's his name? France is there like, and I've got it on camera, and he's just like, what the fuck was that? You know, like even him, the guy that plays with him on a regular basis, has never seen shit like that before. And everyone's like, it's amazing. But that show was just mad. Everyone was jumping, everyone was getting involved, there was stage diving, it was just a really vibey show. They didn't have their current drummer, I forgot who it was, but it was just mad. I did a 4-way multi-cam, everything was going off, really fun set. That was probably one of my favourites to date. And there's a few others, but I've been to so many, I can't think right now. There's so many. The Shed Fest was sick. Shed Fest 2016 was sick. So was 2017. And obviously Outbreak. I think Outbreak probably. I wish I went to the previous ones, but 2018 probably the best show I've ever been to because of just
being Year the Knife, like.
And the fact that we did the 3 days in a row. Was it 2 days? 3 days? It was 3 days. We did 3 shows.
3 days. 4 shows.
4 shows.
Yeah.
And every single set was just a burst of energy. It's just mad. That was cool. It wasn't like no one was out the back smoking. Everyone was just actually enjoying the show. You know, like, actually being at it. Like, yeah, Outbreak.
Is it PCF montage?
No, I ain't. I don't want to do that. I do want to do it again. I like doing them, but I just honestly, I think I wouldn't say the proudest moment, but I think the most best decision was probably filming with you, because now what we produce is incredible. That's what I'm proud of in a sense, but not proud of, like, you know what I mean? Not.
Yeah, well, we're working together.
Yeah,
like,
but I feel that me joining forces, that sounds shit. Me working with you has made everything insanely better. Like the quality of the videos, the fact that you actually bring proper audio recording equipment, and the looks. I love that. Proudest. I think just me leaving the house. You know, like I come from I'm a fucking gamer, bro. I never used to leave the house. I haven't for years. As a kid, when I was 6 years old, I was on a PlayStation 1. I grew up on a PlayStation 1. I wasn't the kid that went on the street and played with a football. I was the kid that stayed indoors every day. I didn't. I had such bad social skills, and it's probably how much I've changed from doing filming. That's probably what I'm proud of, being better at talking to people. So with any scene, there's been massive scenes in different areas over the years, and people get older and move on from it, and without them in the infrastructure of the area of the scene, once they leave and no one carries it on, it just dies out. That's how it is.
It's just because, like, obviously, like, kind of where you're from, being able to get from there across to Europe, like, it would logistically make a lot of sense if there was, like, a good scene for music there, but, like, why do you think nobody's kind of revived it? Like, because, you know, usually cities go through, like, a few years of dead patch, but, like, Kent seems to have been dead for a while, like.
I know, personally, 10 to 20 people in Kent that like hardcore. Maybe a fair few more. There obviously is a fair few more, but I just don't think there's a heavy presence of people wanting to put on shows with other around hardcore there. I mean, I could do it if I wanted to, but I don't think people would travel, because it's fucking Kent. It's honestly, it's kind of like old people, cheap. There's quite a good few venues. There's really good venues. I mean, you've got West Coast Bar at Margate. And that'd be perfect for a fest. It's massive. But it's just, I don't know. It's just not. There's no one willing to do it. No one willing to put their money out. And I don't know. As you say, like, it would be sick. Like, you could get a large amount of Ruction bands from London and come down. 50-minute trip. And then you could get anyone from Germany to come over the boat and literally dock in Dover and Folkestone, Margate, or even apparently Rochester used to have a massive scene as well, but nothing. Dead. Gone.
Yeah.
Dust. So, I don't know. With Kent, all my friends from Kent, right? Like, all the friends over that way, they're all kind of like, they're into a bit of punk, bit of metal, but they would see any kind of festival local, we'd go to it. So the people going to Heavy Fest, not as a bad thing, but they wouldn't generally just be in just hardcore. They wouldn't know half the bands. They'd just be there because it was a fest. And it was a busy fest, yeah, to a point. It's Duisburg, in Germany, East Germany, Duisburg I think. They've got this youth club. It's sick. It's massive. It's like a school.
Duisburg.
Duisburg, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know the one?
Yeah, that's sick.
Like a lot of SOSF.
Yeah.
Run it? Yeah. But it's sick. It's got like a dorm compartment at the bottom. So all the bands if you visited, they'll just let you sleep down there. They got a kitchen. And the main venue itself, this big stage. Loads of room. Big flat floor for everyone. It was beautiful. and obviously, I'm going to say Outbreak again, but just because I'm not sure if that's the venue or the sheer mass of the amount of people that turn up to it. I'm pretty sure you put that amount of people in any kind of room in that capacity, I'll say that's a sick venue. And I guess I like Unicorn. I just like, there was this pool table you could hide on, and then on the left side there was this cube thing, you could stand on that, and there was a fire exit people used to get chucked out of during the mosh. It was funny. It was a nice venue. I liked Unicorn. That was really. I went to there the most probably. I've ever been for hardcore shop into Unicorn. Free entry, best. Yeah, no, I'll go with Unicorn because that was cool. I'm gonna say Band Them Out. Because it's hard as fuck. Enough said. Yeah, I did. Favourite UK hardcore band?
Bands? Does that have to be
bands. I mean,
which one?
Full Contact. No. I mean, they are one of my favourites. But favourite all time? Such a hard question. Oh, it's Splitknuclke. It definitely is Splitknuclke. Why would it not be Splitknuclke? What am I doing with my life? I love Splitknuclke. But yeah, Band Them Out is hard as fuck and Splitknuclke works. I'm terrible at listening to bands. I go to a show and I'll hear the band. Like I saw it in Clover, like at Fury Fest last week. I was like, oh my god, it's the same one I've never listened to. And the music's always been there. For like 3 years, I've just not. But now I heard them live, I checked them out, they're sick. And the same happened with Band Them Out, I listened to it, I thought, fucking hell, it's mad. So everything about all the tracks is just mad. So, Band Them Out and Splitknuclke. Splitknuclke because there's just no way you can go to a Splitknuclke show and not mosh. It was just hard as fuck, bro. Like, the riffs, everything about it. Joey's vocal range. Just, yeah, like, Christ. The range, it's just unbelievable. I just don't understand how he's not human. That's it. He's just not human. Bun them out, 50 caliber, Splitknuclke, Malevolence, Clench Your Fists. Ooh. Words of Concrete. Kind of truth. Street Soldier? Because why not? Why the fuck not? Why not? Why not?
2 hours later.
Get Enemy Mind over and make him do the projects. Because that whole EP thing's hard.
6.5 hours later.
Fuck it, Code Orange. Honestly, American bands. Ooh. Varials. Varials was cool.
3 weeks later.
Cauldron. Back Down. Back Down? I haven't spoken much about Back Down. I love fucking Back Down. I love Back Down so much. I fucking love Back Down. Why the fuck why not mention Back Down? Fuck me.
Eternity later.
Why do I love Back Down? Because they take certain elements of... they're not a beatdown band, but they take everything I love with their breakdowns from beatdown and mix it into these crazy two-steps and groovy vibes. Vocals are sick. Fucking... you can groove to that band all day. You can... everything's a fucking groove. Like Slope. Oh my god, Slope. That disco vibe, bro. I love it. I love it. Fucking... oh, man. If I was putting on a fest, I'd book everyone. Fuck it. Everyone. We're doing This Is Hardcore 2. Everyone from the UK. Everyone from Euroland. Everywhere. Everyone from America. Fucking bring it. Get some Australian bands. I don't know any Australian bands. I'll fucking bring them over. I can't choose a select amount of bands. All we know is that Splitknuclke would definitely be on that lineup. I put a camera on my head and they were like, oh, cool. Do you want to come on tour? I was like, yeah, sure. Went to my boss. I was like, yeah, I can have 2 weeks off. Jumping in a van with some random guys.
Who was the first two with?
Contagion! And that was horrible. Not because of them, they were cool guys. It was the fact that they were massive guys and we were all in a hatchback. You know, the story of this is I was like, oh, I love Contagion. At the time it was like, I loved beatdown so much, I couldn't give a toss about hardcore at that time. I was being ignorant of music like I was just explaining. And I just loved Contagion. We went to this tattoo shop, I was giving out free tattoos. And everyone got an EABD tattoo to signify the tour. And everyone got it in like little niche places and never see it. And I was just like, fuck it, yeah, let's get it on my forearm right here, boy! And now I'm stuck for the rest of my life in a place I've never been to. East Anglia Beatdown. I'm pretty sure I've been to East Anglia. Man. But yeah, Contagion, I went with them in a hatchback. And there were two, got Joey on my right and Andy on my left. And it was literally like, for the whole tour, it was just for the whole tour, and I'm talking like 15-hour drives, you know, like not even small drives. We were doing, so I went from Dover to Norwich, and then we went from Norwich to Glasgow, from Glasgow to where the hell it was, Birmingham, and then Bristol, and then Medway, and I fucked off home. It's a cool tour though. But man, that was my first tour, just being cramped in the back of a hatchback with two big burly guys.
Why did you decide to keep going on tour, like Full Contact and shit? Were they the next band that took you out, or?
Yeah. Full Contact. Who else? It's just Full Contact, really. Well, I just knew Full Contact. I rated their music. I spoke to them at a few shows. They were sound, and then they were just like, "Oh, do you want to come on tour one time?" And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it." And I just jumped in the van. I was sound with them. They were lads. They were fucking great guys. And then that's obviously where I met Harley properly, and we talked loads. And he started his record company, Guillotine Records, and then I kind of joined in on it. That's how that started rolling. And every time they pass through, they offer me a lift. It's cool. That's kind of what we do. I toured with Contagion twice. They actually took me to Zwickau. The first time they put on a lineup at that first Zwickau show, and that's how I found out about Zwickau existing, and the scene there, and Club Battlezone, which led me to do another 2 trips there. I flew out twice to Berlin. And Christian from Brawl Between Enemies, he would drive 4 hours up from where he lives in maybe Dresden. I can't remember where he lives, but he would drive like 4 hours from there to get me from Berlin and take me to Zwickau every time. He'd give me a place to sleep, he'd feed me, he wouldn't take any money because he's mad. And yeah, I just love Zwickau because the mosh there was just. Harley started on his own accord, and then we were quite good mates at the time, and it was just like, yo, I can draw you something if you want, just for fun. And I drew up like Samurai, and he was like, oh my god, this is so cool. And I was like, oh, okay, you like it? Like, yeah. And then he kind of got the idea that he just wanted to do it with me, so I would, because he's mathematical, he's very good with accountancy, but when it comes to creativity, it's just kind of. And that's where I come in and help him. So I put the CDs together, I do the digital work with all the advertisement. He does a lot of the page management, all the account, all the money bits, does the postage, and I just make sure it all looks good. That's pretty much it. He just wants to put bands out he thinks are hard, and that I think are hard. And when he wants to release a band, he pitch to me, so what do you think of these guys? I'm like, yeah, cool, and then we just release it. It's just like a hobby. We're not like a full-on business. We plan to venture it somewhere big at one point if we can. But for now, it's just like a chill thing that we kind of just push out. It's cool. We got loads of bands that we're pushing out. It's quite nice. It's nice to have that on the side. Just another little bit of hobby. Play Airsoft, which is basically a BB gun game where you shoot BBs at each other. I play it quite heavily. I used to play it quite heavily. At the moment I'm dabbling because it's quite physical, but I'm quite heavy into that. I've got loads of guns, loads of airsoft guns, loads of camo. Spent like 3k on it probably. Ridiculous stuff. Pretending you're an army man and shooting each other. It's fun. It's like paintball. It's a great game. If you want to play airsoft, go do it. It's like paintball, but a lot more fun. A lot more things like that. I also am a gamer, heavy into MMORPGs like RuneScape. Heavy. Ooh. 15 years of heavy. That's bad. Pokemon. Fuck me, I'm a nerd. Pokemon, I love the trading card game. I love the game itself. I grew up with that. From like 6 years old, you see me with a Game Boy Color smashing out yellow. Getting pissed off at Brock's, couldn't kill him with a Pikachu. Getting to Misty, fucking her up, and then getting to fucking LT Surge. And not trying to, obviously I was so dumb as a kid, I couldn't find out how to get HM cut, that HM001 to get through that tree for LT Surge. If you know what I'm on about, you know what I'm on about, but I could not get past that tree, and it took me 4 months. And then when I did, I've been training my Venusaur. It was a Venusaur, the 3rd badge. I've been training it in a Diglett cave. In a Diglett cave, it was level 80 because I couldn't get past a fucking tree. Gamer. I film moshing, I film hardcore, I like hardcore, it's a load of fun, it's just fun for me, it's a hobby. And I want to document as much as I can, because it'd just be cool shit to watch back. I'm sure you feel the same, whereas predominantly when we're like 50 or something, we can just go, oh yeah, shit, 2018, look at us filming Jesus, oh sick, then watch it again. I just like documenting hardcore because it's interesting to watch. It's just it's just interesting. To me, I feel like some people feel like when I've started, I was just invading their scene or some weird shit and trying to like commercialise it. That's never been the objective. I just kind of find it really interesting and think it should be recorded and put out there. That's pretty much it.
How much have you been influenced by Sonny and obviously like everything he does, because he just pushes it so much further than any of us could imagine? Like
I just want to be him. Like everything he does is like kind of the dream. How he influences me is just by being fucking sick. I just want to be fucking sick like him. That's it. I mean, he's sick. Like that's it. Like he's sick. Like he's the top shelf. He's the level 100 fucking Charizard, and I'm like drowsy, like sleeping in bed, not doing anything. But yeah, Sonny's sick.
that's how I want to end it.